Finest chai or tea, morning breakfast tea with me. I will be showing you guys the ingredients that I'm using every day in my morning tea. So let's start. First, this is the pan that we'll be using in making our breakfast chai or tea, depending on how you want to call it. So I will start by showing you our first ingredient. This one is homemade. It's the homemade tea spice. So let me open it and show you what it is made of. So if you get a closer look, this is a mixture of first, these were dried lemongrass, or in Kiswahili it's called mchaichai. There is cinnamon here, but also cardamom, dried cinnamon and dried cardamom, but also there's also dried ginger. Ginger was dried and it was smashed. So I did mix everything in a blender and I did preserve it. So every day I added while making our chai. So one thing you need to note that this can be added in hot water, but it's not going to be effective as when you are going to boil it also. So I advise you guys, so as your morning tea to be tasting very delicious, you need to boil this while making your tea. But also don't something else, the recipe of this tea spice I have shared in my shorts. It is also available in a very simple short. It is an imagery short or photo short. I've shared the key ingredients in making. I will also link it in our live stream. So another ingredient that I will be using is black pepper. I'll be using black pepper in making our morning breakfast tea. So thank you for everyone who is taking your time joining me and making our breakfast tea. And I've shared the key ingredients. This is black pepper, but also this is my signature tea spice. With this tea spice, there's lemongrass, dried lemongrass, dried ginger, together with cardamom and cinnamon. As you can see, I've dried it and I always add. You can add in hot water, but for effectiveness, you can also add while boiling your tea. So let's start first. I'm going to heat my pan. First, we'll be adding 2 spoons of our tea spice here. I'll be adding 2 spoons. I will also be adding our black pepper. Then I'll be adding water. Thank you for everyone who is joining in. Welcome. But then also, for more effectiveness, you can add fresh ginger. I just added only 3 cups of water, and this is my 3rd cup. So these are the main ingredients that we are adding in our tea. The tea spice, I've shared the recipe in my shorts. It is in a form of photos. All the key ingredients in making this beautiful tea spice. But this is just a normal black pepper powder. It has been grated into a powder. So, but also I prefer adding fresh ginger. So we are going to grate fresh ginger and add it in our pan. So let me take fresh ginger. So I will also be adding fresh ginger in our pan here. So fresh ginger also adds a freshness to your morning tea. Here is a little sip of a fresh ginger. So we are going to let it boil for about 10 minutes, so as everything can mix together. And I will pour out our chai so you can see how it looks. But for everyone who is asking, these tea spices I've shared in my shorts is just a mixture of dried lemongrass, cardamom, cinnamon, together with dried ginger. So everyone who is joining in, please welcome and subscribe. Every day morning we are making fresh tea, and I'm sharing my recipes with you guys on making the finest fresh tea, so you can have a better morning and start your morning well. So kindly subscribe, and let's wait for our tea to boil for some time, and I will show you guys how it's looking after my. So just keep staying. Thank you. So every day I've started since last week I'm sharing every day while making my morning tea the recipes. I'm alternating the recipes. Like today we did use my signature tea spice together with black pepper. Tomorrow I'll be showcasing in making using cloves. So stay tuned and subscribe. For everyone who is new on my page, thank you for the love. So let's wait for our tea to boil. Welcome everyone, welcome. So these are the tea spices that we are using. And I'm going to cover our pan halfly so it can boil a little bit fast. So with the tea, you can serve with bread. You can serve with snacks like buns, with bagels, with cinnamon rolls, depending on how you like serving your tea. So you can also add honey. If you are a sugar-free person, you can add honey or you can add sugar. But me, I prefer using sugar, so I always add just a normal brown sugar. For 1 cup, I always add about three teaspoons of brown sugar. If you're using honey, I think you're going to add only 1 tablespoon of honey, and your tea is going to be ready. Thank you for everyone who is joining in. It's a live stream about making morning chai or morning tea using my signature tea spice together with black pepper. If you want to know what is my tea spice is comprised of, it has lemongrass, dried lemongrass, or called them chai chai. It has cardamom, cinnamon. They are all in powdery form, but also dried ginger. But then also it is available in my shorts. If you want, you can go and visit my shorts. It's in photos form. I did showcase a step-to-step guide in making my signature tea spice. It's available in a free, so you don't have to go in any subscription. So kindly visit my page, and if you like the signature tea spice, you can subscribe so you can get notified every morning while we make our tea together. Thank you. So let's stir a little bit so that the spices can all mix together. So as you can see, our tea is boiling. I wish for you guys you could be here so you can hear the smell of the fresh ginger, of the lemongrass, together the smell of my signature tea spice. Don't leave my live stream without subscribing so you can see all of the wonderful ingredients that I did incorporate in my tea spice. So looking at our tea here, it's boiling. I'll just also pour it in a mug glass so you can see how it's looking. Thank you for everyone who is taking your time joining in. You see, our tea is currently in a boiling. So as you can see now, our tea is ready, and I'm going to pour in a glass mug so you can all see how it's looking. So let's turn off our stove. So I'm going to just put it aside, and I'm going to put here a wooden base so you can see as I pour it in my mug. So this is the mug that I'll be pouring so you can have a closer look, and I'll also be straining it. For everyone who is joining in, we're in the final stage of making our morning breakfast tea, and I showcased the spices that we are using. So this is the closer look, and I'm going to add only 3 teaspoons of sugar, of brown sugar. So I'll be adding 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. For everyone who is joining in, every day I'm showcasing a live stream on making our morning breakfast tea or morning breakfast chai. I'm going to add half of it. So I'm going to give you a closer look on how our tea is looking. So this is our morning tea. Thank you so much for everyone who took your time joining our live stream. Stay tuned. Every day I'm showcasing different tea spices in making your morning breakfast or morning tea. So kindly subscribe and stay tuned for tomorrow. Thank you so much for the love, and thank you for all of the new subscribers. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Turn on notification, like and share. Thank you.